And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Cannon, the pass to Okafor. There's a screen by Noel. Sampson kicks to Covington. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for the Spurs. Leonard brings the double team. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Anderson, he's checked in for Leonard. That's Mills in for Tony Parker.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Ginobili. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Here's Thompson. Grant gets a wide open look. Misses the three.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Ginobili with the three. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown.
Yes, Kevin, the crucial aspect for them in his mind is going to be making things tough inside for their opponent. He said they're physical, they like to mix it up. If we don't respond in kind, they'll push us around and we'll get bullied all game. Back to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. Holmes, defended by West. And here's Stauskas from the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs.
A bit of a slow start to the career of Nick Stauskas. Was a highly touted rookie a year ago, but had a hard time finding minutes early on last year. That will change as he becomes more experienced.
Now, here's Diaw. Stolen by Grant. There's 49 seconds left in the first. Diaw with the steal. And Ginobili with a clear path to the rack. And he gets the bucket. Ginobili's got his first bucket in this one.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Now here's Thompson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. Grant, that's good.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And Anderson kicks to Diaw. Mills in the corner. Now Anderson. 4 seconds left. No luck.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
At the end of one, a closely contested game. And Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, very demanding. Throughout the years, he was hardest on his point guard.
My first 3-4 years, it was tough sometimes.
Even though it seems like that was a very long time ago now, to hear Tony Parker talk about it now, it still sounds very fresh to him.
Did he acknowledge, Kevin, that he cried?
It sounds like it, yeah.
The game made him cry. That's one of the things fans forget about with professional athletes. No matter how successful they get, players never forget that pain and frustration or those other emotions they've gone through to help get them to where they are.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, Isaiah Cannon is out there with Hollis Thompson. Then there's Okafor. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Noel in at the 4. And the 76ers making a change here. Sampson's checked in. Aldridge a screen. Parker with a clean look. No good with the triple. The 76ers trail by 4. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's Sampson, guarded by Green. Aldridge gets a hand on it. Now the dish to Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And that's now 7 points for Kawhi Leonard. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Here's Cannon. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
And also, his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
That is a very low percentage shot, Kevin, but it's the result they were looking for at the end of the day.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster. And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Kicks it to Okafor. Down low. And slam dunk by Noel.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Leonard draws the double. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. They kick it out to Green. Clock at 6. Okafor against Aldridge. And it's San Antonio with another. Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless. Clark going inside, led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, you know, I like to say you've got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
And here's Covington from the arc. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the third straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games. That's one he knows he should have drained.
Spurs leading by 6. Outside, Green. Parker dishes to Aldridge. Kicks it out to Leonard. Feeds to Duncan. To the inside. And it's Aldridge missing.
And it's clear for the Sixers, the plan has been to continue to add good young players. Eventually, I think they'll be a force in the East. There's no guarantee, but they've got a plan and they're sticking to it. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Green kicks to Leonard. Passes to Duncan. He feeds it to Parker. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
A lot of teams that win a title often have a former #1 pick leading the way, or at least a top 3 NBA draft pick as their leader. So the 76ers are trying a shotgun approach to that, trying to get as many top 3 picks as they can, hoping one turns into the next superstar.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
The 76ers trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials. You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
And Anderson kicks it to West. Anderson right side. Ginobili the pass to West. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by West. Mills has got the lead up to 7 now for San Antonio. Here's Stauskas. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. All sorts of time. That one off the back iron and out.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
And now it's a double-digit lead. And now a 10-point Spurs lead.
They brought up their three-point percentage this quarter. They're shooting it well right now. The defense may need to think about making some kind of adjustment to slow that down.
Grant. The rebound by Anderson. San Antonio's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Ginobili kicks to Diaw. Anderson outside. From past the arc. No good. The 76ers trail by 10. And David West gets the whistle that time. The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
And Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
And both free throws good for Stauskas.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And Mills kicks to Ginobili. And here's Anderson for 3. Can't hit.
Well, that's certainly not who I expected to corral that rebound.
That'll do it for the first half. Spurs lead by 8. And now let's catch up with...
Tony, you guys have seemed to be in a good groove lately, taking a broader look at...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith, and a pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
They got an outstanding quarter out of Leonard. 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Aldridge. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
Spurs leading by 10. Leonard on the wing. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Pass to Leonard. Shot is no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
You just have to admire the versatility they were able to display offensively.
Scoring came from every direction, all over the place. I mean, if one approach didn't work for them, they found another one that did.
The Spurs shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Here's Cannon, and the rejection by Leonard. And they'll keep possession. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Covington. And they've had a tough time, Clark, scoring in the half court.
Yeah, transition buckets have really saved them, really. You know, when you look at it, that's been their remedy.
Yeah, but also credit the defense for making it hard on them. They've done a great job of disrupting the timing and spacing of their offense. And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Here's Cannon, covered by Parker. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his third foul of the game. Sampson dishes to Covington. Duncan with the block. In transition, here come the Spurs. Leonard's got the ball, and Green slams it in.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Yeah, I thought it was the carelessness, though, Greg. A lot of their starters had to have their minutes cut back as a result. I mean, they've got to play with much more discipline tonight.
There's a screen by Noel. Inside, here's Okafor. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And, guys, it's something that he's going to have to work on more and more because he's still not getting the kind of shooting percentage he would like from the line. There are certain things, guys, that you can always count on in life. Death, taxes, and, of course, the Spurs winning 50 games in the regular season. Happened for the 16th straight season last year.
Good on the second free throw. Well, keeping in mind the Spurs have won 50 games or more for many years in a row, Greg, there are teams out there who can drive cars who have not even seen the Spurs not win 50 games at least in a year.
And the way the Spurs keep on building this team, it's not as if that streak's going to end anytime soon. Those kids might have a chance to vote and do much more before they fail to see the Spurs win 50 games.
What do you do with that guy? With his handles, he abuses defenders.
Spurs leading by 10. Green passes to Aldridge. Back to Green. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Aldridge has got 3 assists now in this one.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's Okafor. Tries again, and Noel lays it up and in. Noel's got 8.
They have got to put a body on, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Leonard kicks to Duncan. He dishes it to Aldridge, and stolen by Noel. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Sampson's shot is off. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Leonard kicks to Green. Spurs working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Unloads from 13. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. 11 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
There's a screen by Noel. Here's Cannon. Back to Noel. It's stolen by Duncan. Knocks it loose. Here's Cannon. He's covered by Leonard. Over in the corner, Sampson. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Duncan. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated in how the Spurs conducted business. Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while, an international player. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Thompson is double.
Spurs foul.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get, and that's something they also can take great pride in.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and they're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
Anderson dishes to Diaw. 6 to shoot. Ginobili the pass to Mills. It's tipped. Tries to keep it alive. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
Welcome, fans, to the FIBA World Championships.
There's 37 seconds left in the third.
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. That they've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injuries.
Thompson with the bucket.
For 3.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Mills kicks to Ginobili. Goes up on the wing. The shot is off.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with a miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
The 76ers have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. The free throw drops for Grant. And Grant drops them both. And here's Mills. 5 points in the game. Kicks it out to Ginobili. The 3 from Anderson. And the release was before the buzzer.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
And the final period of play just about to start. The 76ers trail by 7. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the 4th quarter. And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got Stauskas. He's out there with Grant. And it's Holmes in at the center, locking down the middle. And so here is Philadelphia. Stauskas kicks to Thompson. Second chance shot. It's hauled in by Ginobili. San Antonio leading by 7. It's Anderson with the drive. From deep. Ginobili can't get that one to fall. Philadelphia shooting a meager 37% for the game. It's tipped. Back to Thompson. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. And some changes here for the Spurs. Aldridge comes in for Boris Diaw. And it's Leonard in for Anderson. The 76ers also with a sub. Okafor's checked in. That is good.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
Right side Aldridge. Can't get it to go. And Philadelphia the other way now. Grant outside. To the middle. Here's Holmes. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Aldridge kicks to Ginobili. Back to Aldridge. Kicks it out to Leonard. Three-pointer. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The 76ers trail by 5. Philadelphia moving the ball around. That's good.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
San Antonio's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And Mills kicks to Leonard. Here's Aldridge. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 16 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high percentage looks.
Parker outside. Aldridge against Okafor. And Okafor with the block. But they'll get another chance. And now Philadelphia on the break. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. And that'll be his third foul so far. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Covington's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And he gets it to go.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Okafor kicks to Cannon. Picked by Okafor. Shoots off the screen. Cannon can't hit.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
It's Ginobili on the wing. Dishes to Duncan. Clock at 6. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Outside, Ginobili. The Spurs rebound. Poked away. To the middle. Here's Okafor. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Good.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Nice game. Great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over that break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Noel. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. So coach waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Here's Sampson. Buries it down low.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Spurs leading by 6. Duncan outside. There's the feed to Leonard. He kicks it to Parker. On the wing, Green. For 3. 5 to shoot. Got a piece of it. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Cannon dishes to Okafor. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Now just a 4-point San Antonio lead. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, gotta love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Here's Noel to the paint. Here's Sampson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
On the wing, Green. Screen by Duncan. They kick it out to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Parker in the corner. Lets it go, and it's good. The time running down in the shot clock. And the Spurs lead by 7.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Clark, they're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just play smart right here, Kevin, this game's pretty much over.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Noel. Connects. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Aldridge, the pass to Leonard. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for San Antonio, Marcus Aldridge.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreak.
Line for 2.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6. Timeout called, the 76ers. They're losing by 6. There's 18 seconds left in the game. Guys, what's your take?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul would make things interesting.
Yeah, but they need some help. They're going to need some help any way you look at it. I mean, they're hoping for some missed free throws at the other end.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Covington offline. And so it's San Antonio with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Guys, I'm here with Tony Parker. And Tony, there was an intensity to the way this team played. Were you guys amped up?
We were motivated tonight. You know, today we were on a mission. We want to make a statement, and we played great basketball, great ball movement. Everybody wasn't selfish. We shot the ball a lot better, and we played great defense.
Statement delivered, mission accomplished. Nice win, Tony. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LaMarcus Aldridge.
When LaMarcus Aldridge gets rolling, it's always going to be a tough night for the opposing team. He's about as complete as you can get on the low block. And there are very few power forwards in the NBA that can run the floor as well as he does. He's a franchise player, plain and simple. And they just couldn't come up with an answer for him tonight.
Boom, 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 boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson.